Welcome to our video on project management of machine learning projects. In this session, we will explore the unique challenges and opportunities that machine learning projects offer and how to effectively manage them. It is particularly to be noted that there are a lot of companies out there which are specifically hiring for a Scrum Master or Project Manager for AI, ML or data-based projects. Thanks to progress made in data space in last few years, every company has become a software company and every project has become a data project. So if you know your way around data or ML, you're going to have a bright future for next 20 years. And if you do not know anything about machine learning, it could add great value to your career if you were comfortable with fundamentals. I do not mean you need to be hands-on with ML, programming or building models yourself, but it will serve you well if you know the different categories of the models, techniques, etc. I have left links of videos and courses in the description. You can check them out. In this video, I'm going to focus on the project management of the machine learning or data projects. Now, core tenet of project management are still relevant, but machine learning or data projects comes across with their own challenges and unique set of risk, issues, dependencies, and assumptions, also known as RAID in the world of project management. Unlike traditional projects, ML projects require iterative model deployment or other development, handling large volumes of data, addressing data quality issues, and dealing with uncertainties inherent in model predictions. On the top of it, you also need to handle compliance and various laws around data, like GDPR. In a regular project, you can use any form of data in your development and testing, but not in case of ML-based projects. When I say you can use any form of data, I don't mean PII or any sensitive information. This is typical machine learning or any data project's life cycle. Let us walk through the life cycle of a typical machine learning project. It begins with defining the problem and gathering data, followed by pre-processing that data and training the model. The model is then evaluated, fine-tuned, and finally deployed into production. Each of these steps require careful planning and management. There are a lot of challenges around data procurement. Setting up pipeline requires not only technical challenges but also compliance-related requirements are there. So like I mentioned earlier, you might be dealing with various GDPR or data protection laws, and you need to seek appropriate approvals before you can even touch the data. So expect a lot of uncertainties and formalities around these processes, because a lot of time you'll be reaching out to someone outside your team. It could be DPA or any specific authority which will provide you that approval. Now, a lot of time project managers or Scrum Masters doesn't account for that time. These formalities takes their own time. They are not part of your team, so it's not like they're going to follow your timeline or your budget constraints. If they need a month, they are going to take a month. So it's better to plan for these things in advance and make sure these things are in place. Otherwise, your team will be stuck and you will be bleeding money. And a lot of time, project managers or Scrum Masters are over-optimistic around these things. So they plan for them, but let's say they don't plan enough. There is underestimation. And usually it results in scope creep, your timeline going everywhere, and of course, the budget taking a hit. So you end up spending a lot of time managing your stakeholders and everything starts to fall apart. So be very careful around these formalities. Key strategies for managing ML projects include setting clear and realistic objectives, maintaining close communication among team members and stakeholders, implementing Agile. Agile is an ideal methodology or framework for data or ML projects. And of course, using the right tools and technologies. But on the top of that, plan for a significant higher degree of uncertainties around data, processes, various approvals, and infrastructure. All data or ML projects will have unique or specific infrastructure requirements. So if you are already managing a project, which is a simple, let's say you have to build a website, something like that, that infrastructure will not cover your data or ML requirements. You will need a specific infrastructure, and that means time and money. So plan for that. A lot of time, these infrastructure requests take a lot of approvals, time, and that doesn't fit within your timelines. So always plan for dependencies, issues, risk around infrastructure procurement also. And yes, all these in addition to your conventional KPIs, processes, peoples, etc. So whenever you are managing a data projects, you have to handle these additional stuff in addition to your conventional project management responsibilities or issues. So you have to be incredibly careful around data aspect of your project. And all these challenges extend to all phases like training, optimization. For example, if you are aware of machine learning models, then you know that there are supervised machine learning models, unsupervised, deep learning, etc. So a lot of challenges and uncertainties depends upon the kind of model you are going to use. There might be simpler machine learning models, linear regression, classification models, and then you might be dealing with something like generative AI, which is new. So it will bring in a lot of uncertainty, lack of skill in your team. So whenever you are working on these models, always account for the technology or your tech stack which you are going to use for that project. So you have to be very careful about the requirement and the solution design. Estimation in ML project is more complex due to exploratory nature of the work. Factors influencing estimation include the size and complexity of the data, complexity of the model. In the world of machine learning, there is a concept of overfitting. So if you are building a predictive model, and if you are getting everything right, then it means that your model is overfitting. So either there is a problem with the technique, technology, or the data itself. So you will have to go back and fix that. And the process of optimizing your input parameters, that is called hyperparameter tuning. So when you are doing all these things, which is an iterative process, and it will happen with all the projects. And if you're not accounting for these things, if your timeline, if your budget is not flexible to handle all these changes, iterative process, then it is going to kill your schedule and budget. So be very clear about the iterative nature of these model development and deployment. ML projects can be resource intensive with major costs associated with compute resources, data storage and management, team cost, software and tools, maintenance, data acquisition, and infrastructure setup. Effective strategies to manage these costs include starting small. So it's better to start small and then scale. You need to have efficient data management, constant budget monitoring, and thorough estimation and planning. Measuring success in ML projects can be done using a combination of techniques and business KPIs, such as model accuracy, precision, recall, F1 score, business ROI, and of course, user satisfaction. Tracking these KPIs ensure that the project delivers tangible business value. Managing machine learning projects can be complex but highly rewarding. I think you can expect a lot of openings in this space. All companies, all sectors are going to hire for data-based project managers or scrum masters. By understanding these unique challenges, employing effective management strategies, and tracking the right KPIs, project managers can lead their teams to successful outcome in this exciting field. If you are new to project management, I will say start learning project management in detail, and then side by side also spend some time on learning machine learning at a higher level. But you need to have a high level understanding about what kind of technologies are used, R, Python, TensorFlow, Keras. So you should be comfortable with these things, because when you are working on managing these projects, if you know them, then you can navigate your way much better than someone who doesn't know anything at all about the domain itself. If you are a programmer who is looking to get into project management or machine learning, then I will say it is the right time for you to graduate and start managing these teams. And if you have any exposure to data-based projects, I'll say start implementing them, start getting into the details of those projects, what people are doing, how they are doing, what kind of challenges are there. It could be unique to your company, but still it will be really useful for you to learn. So whether you are a Scrum Master, project manager, or a programmer, I would say it's a high time you start spending more time into machine learning and data-based projects, especially from a management perspective. Even if you're not working as a project manager, you are just a data scientist or a programmer, it will help you a lot if you understand the challenges from management perspective. And of course, if you are a Scrum Master and a project manager, I don't think you can avoid data anymore. you have to have some understanding of the data, machine learning in general. All right. If you found this video useful, please like and subscribe to the channel. And yes, if you have any questions, please leave your comments. I will answer them. Thank you.